be creating a new job and running it through the workflow steps. So I can come here to add new. I can search by customer first and do it that way, or I can come to my planner and find a good day and time to create the job. But we'll be coming back there later when we're ready to schedule the job. For now, I'll use the add new button. New job. My customer can be pulled from my database. I can create a brand new customer from here. Once I know where I'm going, it's time to determine what I'm doing. Our service type is the title of the job. These are created. These are limitless. It's really up to what services you offer. And it's there for your customer to see what we're doing, and more importantly, your worker to know what work they'll be conducting. When I choose my selection, a series of fields will appear down here in accordance with my service type. Those are limitless. There's different types of custom fields, and of course, they're searchable. So are the values of my description. Anything I put in here is a keyword. It holds 40,000 characters. It is not seen by the customer. It is meant to show what we're doing on the job so that the worker can get an idea of what steps will be needed and what information might be necessary before they arrive. The scope of work, on the other hand, is seen by the customer. It might lay out what steps we will take during our investigation. Very nice. Also searchable, of course, and another 40,000 characters. Both fields will accept rich text as well. And that'll take us down here to the PO number, where we might have a purchase order provided by our customer or client, and we want to keep track of that. Whatever I enter in here is, again, a searchable value. I can more easily find this job later. And then with our online payment fee, I can decide that this customer perhaps doesn't need to be charged a fee for using their credit card or running a bank transaction. We'll talk more about payments in our next video. We're going to go ahead and create this job today. This will leave us with an unscheduled job. As part of an investigation, we really don't know what we're charging. We don't yet know when we're doing it either. We don't know what workers are available. We're going to go to our planner to decide that. Keep in mind there's other selections down here that we'll be actually working through our mobile app. But before we can get it to the app, we have to get a worker assigned. So let's go to Planner, and we can pick any page we like to use to schedule this job. I think the resources is probably the most valuable. It's available on all of our plans. It shows your workers here on the left, displaying along the right the timetable to see where we have availability. We've got a day view and a week view. For the day view, I'm going to use to indicate my time. I'm going to say noon would be an appropriate time for me to get out there and go ahead and conduct this job. You can double click it and open an event creation window. I like to use the click and drag feature to set my duration manually. As you can see, I'm able here now to create a new customer and a new job straight to my schedule, but that won't be necessary today. We're going to do an existing job. We could also do an estimate. We can add reminders here for ourselves about customers, arbitrary reminders for employees to sweep the garage, what have you, and then the time off events as well. Now for the existing job, we simply just say who the customer is. The library was our choice. We have one job for the library that's an unscheduled investigation job. I will be doing the investigation. I could bring along any employees that I think might need some training. Let's carry RoboCop with us here today. And if this is going to be one of many visits to this job, there might be a necessity to describe the event. What are we doing on this day and time that doesn't particularly correlate to the entire description of the job? So a little bit of flexibility in how you manage your system based on your business type. For today, we're just going to go out once for the investigation. RoboCop's going, so am I. I can simply unassign RoboCop by dragging this down to unassigned. I can move it around different times. Of course, I can also leave jobs unassigned and decide who will work them based on location, which I would do through my dispatch map. The dispatch map displays the jobs, so that way I know where our workers are gonna be. But we can also track their location with their activity. So let's do some activity here. I'm gonna go over to the mobile app here. I have a new job falling on my schedule. Now I'm the account owner, so I can see all employees. I know that Egon is off work, and those are his events for the day. I can see my job here on my schedule, and I can swipe it to the left. Here I can notify the customer that I'm on the way. This is now tracking me. It knows exactly how long it's going to take for me to get to that location. I can click it again and offer a custom message to the customer about my arrival. Perhaps I'm running late, hopefully not. When I click into the job, I might need to go ahead and get my directions. Of course, text messages and emails that were transmitted to me may have previously allowed me to get directions through my phone or even a tablet. But if I need to, I can click into this map and I can select the location I want to go. This is the address. This is the coordinates that I changed on our previous video where I was creating this customer. We can see most of the information here, like the job description, the scope of work, the very important special instructions associated with the customer, and then some contact information here. Tags are visible as well. No need to tag the job today. We're moving right along. We're going to clock in. So now we are tracking our hours, how long we will work this job. I might have some additional information I need to gather on this job. These are our custom fields where the worker may need to select some values here for these parameters. This is a Ghostbusters theme, so slime is appropriate when we're doing our investigation, of course. But the schedule here allows me to add reminders if I need to, schedule additional visits regarding this job. We'll come back to payments later, of course, when we get to the invoice or we're ready to start taking money on a second video. If I need to add charges to the job for the things that I've done, of course, this would be a good spot for that, right? What did I do? Well, we're charging a removal fee today. I can apply charge types for reporting purposes, adjust the description and the price as I see fit. I can also add expenses to the job. So if I had to purchase materials or parts or anything to do this work, I can say where I bought it, what it was, when, who, if a PO number is associated with that, receipt numbers, of course, how did I pay for it, how much, receipts, pictures of the items, of course, can be attached here, and then I can then charge the customer for this expense. I can add notes to the job. This will allow me to log information that might be necessary for the office. They'll have a timestamp of when the note was added and who added it. It can be shared with the customer. Same goes for files. I can open my camera, take a picture. I'm able to run video. We allow up to 50 megabytes per file. So nearly any file type is available, and you can also roll from your library and bring in multiple images or files at once if you have a need. And once I'm finished with the job, I would go ahead and clock out. Here, I can now add a charge for the hours that I've spent on the job. We're just doing the flat $2,500 for the removal. And we're probably ready to take payment at this point. I'm going to go ahead and mark this job complete and show you one more thing before I end the video to move over to the payments. This is now a complete job. I'll generate the invoice later, but back here at the office, we can actually track location. So this is our dispatch map showing us where the jobs are. This is our tracking map showing us where employee actions are taking place. So here you can see my location as I went through these different actions, clocking in and out and completing jobs. The avatar appearing here is actually my real-time location. As long as you're on our premium plan, we can always show you where the workers are in real time. So that'll conclude the video for jobs. Catch me next time when I review the payments.